Just be yourself and enjoy every minute of this episode of Heavenly Album Covers. We've got another quick little batch of stuff to show everyone out there in the YouTube people world, and we're going to show a little bit of a video on our newly installed TV. The video is called Mysterious Doings, and it features a potato, a carrot, and an onion. And let's start off. We're going to show some more books, or some more book, and this is called Clip and Groom Your Own Poodle. And here's a gentleman, he's clipping his poodle, and this book is by William Lafetra. The poodle looks very content, probably very happy to have his eyebrows trimmed. This gentleman seems almost a little bit too interested in the poodle, but I digress. I digest. And here's the frontispiece with I think that's a little strange poodle there, a Pomeranian poodle. And I picked this up a few years ago, and it's one of the few things that survived the blizzard of 2006. And there's various photos of poodles getting their haircuts. This looks like some sort of strange, I don't know, it looks like a air gun or something. And the dog, the poodle, looks a little bit worried. And this book tells you how to trim every part of your poodle. There's an overhead picture of a poodle there, a diagram, and another poodle. I should put this in the light here. But anyway, you can see that's a very nice poodle there. You can barely see its facial expressions. And so this is it. And this is called Clip and Groom Your Own Poodle, or Go to Jail, or Pass Go. Next up, we have the second half of our big stack of Sex to Sexties. These were released by SRI Publishing out of Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know if SRI is still in business, but they sure probably sold a lot of these Sex to Sexty magazines. I'm sure these didn't cost more than $1, maybe 75 cents at the time. This is some op art action going on here, and quite a design. I don't know why they decided to go the psychedelic route with this, but it overall, this magazine was so perfectly designed on the cover channel, on the cover thing. And again, it has little R-rated, GP-rated cartoons and stories about how women and men get along, or men and men, or women and women. This is volume 5, and it's called Still More Sex to Sexty. And it says it's more than 1,000 new cartoons, gags, and jokes. And there they are. Just endless. And I'm not sure when they ceased publication. I assume they started it in about 1964, probably ended 10 years later. This is a scene of a bookstore here. It's got a lot of innuendo and sexual references there. Number 37. And very in your face, very out there stuff. You probably couldn't get away with just publishing something like this in 2024, in these days, but you never know. And this one's called Laugh Luau. This is one of the most popular issues they ever put out. And more cartoons. Nice design. And they also did these super big issues. They are like a quarter of the size bigger. And here's some people in a country setting doing things. And it's the same old thing, except the cartoons are bigger, which is nice. These seem a little bit more crude and vociferous, salacious, which brings us Speaking of salacious, here's the Dorsey brothers. This is Jimmy Dorsey and Tommy Dorsey. On some days and on some occasions, this would be Jimmy Dorsey and Tommy Dorsey. They were big band musicians. I don't know anything about them, but I really like this cover. It's just so happy, and it's a fine contrast between these happy faces and these drab business suits that these guys are wearing. This album sold for 88 cents. This is a sealed copy. It's in this kind of flimsy plastic covering. So this was the original price. It's on a little cutout piece of paper. And the great thing about this is you can see where the cut marks are around the boys, around the Dorseys, probably around the dorsal area. And you can see the scissor cuts, the outline of the scissor cuts. They nearly took his ear off here, and this is just kind of a stub of an ear. And all around, it looks like somebody in the record company just blew up a big picture of the Dorsey brothers and started going at it with a pair of cloth cutting shears, and not much on the back. And there they are. Had to show that, had to buy it and show it here. The lettering itself there is actually placed pretty perfectly. It's not running into any facial parts, and it just kind of hovers at neckline over here and chest line over here. But those are the Dorsey brothers. Jimmy, Tommy, Benny, and Groucho Dorsey. And we've got I mentioned last time that we have the Heavenly TV working now. These video VHS tapes are a little bit fiddly. I forgot how annoying they can be sometimes. Sometimes you put in a VHS tape and it pops out, or it won't rewind or something. But we're watching a kid's video right now called Mysterious Doings. I think that might be a name of a Rod Stewart album, Mysterious Doings. And here's Mysterious Doings. I think that's a grasshopper or a cricket. Definitely a walrus. So these VHS players, they play everything from Richard Pryor to cartoons from the 1940s. They're multi-dimensional.